it is about being in the here now, being in this world and the future, and what mess-ups we may have made, but it's also a very positive way of looking at it, because with the scientific breakthroughs and with our ability to be very sympathetic and to care, there is a possibility we will make it. You know, I think the recent destruction, or they were going to, you know, the destroying of the forests, the forests of the United Kingdom, and that just went crazy. The woodlands, then there was up in arms, and we said no, and we actually stopped that bill. So it's a very positive thing to see. I've always loved the book Alice in Wonderland, and I was approached by Pangolin Editions to be their artist in residence, which was a year-long residency, taking part in King's Cross, with a studio space, and at the end of the residency, an exhibition of the work that you'd made for the exhibition during that year. I decided to take the book Alice in Wonderland because I'd always wanted to use Fallis in Wonderland as a title and theme for my work, and it was just the ideal opportunity. But then I also started to look into it, and I really liked the sort of the contrast between the new and the old. I liked the King's Cross, the fact that it was very Victorian. It was a Victorian area of London that was built up during that time, that the book Alice was being written, and now at the same time where I was showing in King's Place, this was all the contemporary side. It's the same design as the whole Times Square area of Newcastle. So it's the same architect, sorry. So that kind of look it had. So opposite the old, and again, you've got it here, haven't you? It's the Victorian versus the new, and it's springing up everywhere, the old and the new architecture. Because I'm also interested in scientific aspects, the combinations of art and science. You know, I'm in awe of a lot of the scientific breakthroughs, and so, but there are some that I'm just totally shocked by, such as when I saw the images of the mouse with the ear grafted onto its back in the lab, and it was quite horrifying, really. Anyone who's had pet mice and stuff, but we know the reality of lab rats and mice. But when you see it, it's always quite shocking. Once my work is out there, it's no longer my work, is it? It's in the eyes of the beholder. So it's what that person will make of it. And I heard something saying that the average participator, viewer, engager of the work going through the Tate will stop no longer than 2 seconds per piece, and that's a good length of time for them to stop, and I was quite horrified, and the rest just whizzed through, and like just to be in the building, which is good because I think art galleries have replaced churches and those places of sort of worship. So yeah, I suppose that's what I make my work for, is iconic pieces for people to stop and contemplate and think and engage with. So hope if art can do that, then you know, it's done something good. So I don't think artists necessarily have the answers, but we do raise questions, and we're you know, we're just part of society that are, we're observers, we're looking about what's going on, and we're responding to that through our work. So that's what I do. That's what I do anyway.